In the previous video, where we covered 17 to 23 shlokas of chapter 7, the Lord said that the jnani who engages in ekabhakti, single minded devotion, is superior as uniting with the Lord is his only goal. He is dear to the Lord. Such a soul evolves after many, many births. People who pray to other forms, that is the lesser deities, to achieve material goals, their desires get fulfilled as sanctioned by Lord Krishna, and their faith in the demigods is also sustained by the Lord. While the other deities reach demigods, the jnani reaches Lord Krishna himself. So let us see what Lord Krishna tells us in the last seven shlokas, that is the 24th to the 30th shlokas of chapter 7.
Avyaktam vyaktimapannam manyante mama buddhayah param bhavamajanantah mamavyayamanutamam.
Abuddhayaha mama anuttamam avyayam param bhavam ajanantah. Ajanantah, they do not know, they do not understand. So abuddhayaha, abuddhayaha is the ignorant, the spiritually ignorant. Mama anuttamam avyayam. So the spiritually unintelligent, the spiritually ignorant do not understand my anuttamam avyayam, my exalted, avyayam, imperishable, parambhavam, supreme state of being. So the ignorant do not understand the Lord's exalted, imperishable, supreme state of being. Avyaktam mam vyaktim apannam manyante. Manyante is consider. So these spiritually intelligent, what do they think? What do they think God as? What do they regard Lord Krishna as? Avyaktam mam. So they regard me, that is, they regard Lord Krishna, avyaktam, the unmanifest, vyaktim apannam manyante. So they regard Lord, the unmanifest, as coming into existence. So they think that like all of us, he is also come into existence. So in the previous few shlokas, the Lord discussed the jnani who prays to the Supreme Lord, Krishna. He also spoke about the less intelligent, the spiritually ignorant who pray to the demigods for material pleasures. So in this shloka, Lord Krishna explains the reason. Why is it that the spiritually unintelligent pray for material pleasures to the demigods? So how is Lord Krishna different from the other gods? Lord Krishna, the Supreme Lord, is avyaktam, unmanifest. He is the Lord of the Lords. His exalted attributes, transcendental nature are such that they cannot be expressed in words and is beyond the perception of the mind and senses. Lord Krishna, who is transcendental to the material existence, manifests as the son of King Vasudeva, and he is bound by the affection of his family members and is accessible to all, to his kith and kin and friends. The spiritually unintelligent, unaware of his eternal, immutable, transcendental nature, and they are unable to perceive the same, and they consider him as any other prince born in a royal family due to past punya. Due to their ignorance, the spiritually unintelligent worship the demigods for material pleasure and do not seek Lord Krishna, the Supreme Lord, for liberation.
Naham prakasha sarvasya yogamaya samavritah mudhoyam nabijanati loko mamajamavyayam.
Yogamaya samavritah aham sarvasya prakashah na. So samavritah is veiled. So veiled by yogamaya. So veiled by my divine illusory potency. Okay, so veiled by yogamaya, aham sarvasya prakashah na. I am not manifest to all. So people do not see the true me because of my yogamaya. I am mudaha lokaha mam ajam avyayam na abhijanati. Abhijanati, they do not know. I am mudaha lokaha. This ignorant world, the ignorant, the spiritually unintelligent of the world, they abhijanati, they do not know. They do not know what? Mam ajam avyayam. I am, they do not know that I am ajam, I am not born, I am unborn, I am not subject to birth and death, and avyayam, and I am imperishable. So in continuation of the previous shloka, the Lord explains why people are unable to understand His true nature. What is the cause of their ignorance? The cause is Lord's Yogamaya. He uses the word Yogamaya Samavritaha. Samavritaha is veiled. So they are veiled by His Yogamaya, His divine illusion. The mind of the people is veiled by the Lord's divine illusion. So all this is done only as per the Lord's will. In one of the previous shlokas, Lord Krishna tells that surrendering unto me is the only way to navigate this Maya. The spiritually unintelligent are not able to understand that the entire material creation manifests from me alone. Only the Jnani who has evolved after many, many births understands this, and he is focused on Lord Krishna. He knows that Sarvam Vasudevaha. The others, the unqualified who have a long way to go, pray to demigods for material pleasures.
Vedaham samatitani vartamanani charjuna bhavishyani cha bhutani mam tu vedana kaschana.
Arjuna samatitani vartamanani cha bhavishyani bhutani aham veda. So Lord Krishna is telling, aham veda, I know. O Arjuna, I know. I know what? Samatitani vartamanani cha bhavishyani bhutani. So I know the past vartamanani, samatitani. Samatitani is the past. Vartamanani present and bhavishyani the future. So the Lord knows the past, present and future of bhutani, of all the living beings. Tu kaschana mam na veda, but no one knows me. Tu is but. Kaschana mam na veda, but no one knows me. So in the previous shloka, the Lord explains that because of Yogamaya, people don't see Him and understand Him. But Lord Krishna knows all beings of the past, present and the future. Maybe the beings of the past may have perished and those of the future are yet to come into existence, but the Lord knows them all. The Lord creates the Yogamaya, because of which the spiritually unintelligent are deluded. So the Lord confirms His omniscient and magnanimous nature. Those who seek refuge in Him, understanding that Vasudeva is everything, and they worship Him, the Lord is benevolent to them.
Icha dvesha samuttena dvandvamohena bharata sarvabhutani sammoham sarge yanti parantapa.
Bharata, Parantapa. So Lord Krishna calls Arjuna as Bharata, descendant of Bharata, and Parantapa, conqueror of enemies. Sarge Icha Dvesha Samuttena Dvandva Mohena. So, O Arjuna, Sarge, all living beings in this world, Icha Dvesha Samuttena Dvandva Mohena. So, Dvandva, Moha is delusion. So, they are in delusion because of Dvandva, by the pair of opposites born of Icha Dvesha, desire and aversion. So, we are in the dark due to Maya or divine illusion that veils our perception. The words Dvandva Mohena, meaning delusion that arises due to the dvandva, dualities, the pair of opposites like joy and sorrow, heat and cold, success and failure. The word sarge means while being born in this world. So after birth we are caught between the pair of opposites, dualities, which are once again born out of icha dvesha, desire and aversion. So you want something and you want to avoid something. Like you want success but you are averse to failure. So in continuation of the previous births, that is the gunas with which we are born, sattva, rajas and tamas, from the very start of the birth, we are caught between the pair of opposites. Once we are caught in this, we primarily identify with the physical body and our delusion increases. Because of this, the spirituality in us is dormant and we don't see the Lord in reality. We do not seek the eternal bliss that we may derive by uniting with the Supreme. We as humans we are always preoccupied with acquiring happiness and avoiding misery without understanding that all these are temporary. So we have no time to speak spiritual knowledge, no time to know the Supreme Lord in reality.
Yesham tvantagatam papam जनानां पुण्यकर्मणां ते द्वन्द्वमोहनिर्मुक्ताः भजन्ते मां दृढव्रताः.
Tu, but punyakarmanam yesham jananam papam antagatam. Antagatam comes to an end. But those whose sins come to an end due to the virtuous deeds performed, that is punyakarmanam, because of the virtuous deeds, yesham jananam, those whose papam antagatam, whose sins come to an end, te dvandva moha nirmuktaha. So they become free from this moha, delusion, that is caused by the pair of opposites. Dridhavrataha mam bhajante. So these persons with dridhavrataha, with firm resolve, that is with firm determination, mam bhajante, they worship me. So most people are caught in pair of opposites. The question arises, how a few have overcome this maya to become spiritual? How these people worship the Lord with single-minded devotion. So how does this happen? Lord clarifies by explaining that those who perform virtuous deeds, righteous actions, acquire merit that cancels these sins, and they are thus freed from delusion of the pair of opposites. Lord Krishna uses the word dvandva moha nirmuktaha, that is those who are free from the delusion of the pair of opposites. Once one has navigated the maya, the delusion that arises from icha dvesha, that is desire and aversion, they become qualified. So one becomes qualified once they have navigated the maya, and they become qualified for spiritual endeavors, and automatically they begin to worship Lord Krishna, and they take refuge and shelter unto him, and they perform selfless devotional service.
जरा मरण मोक्षाय मामाश्रित्य यतन्ति ये ते ब्रह्म तद्विदुः कृत्स्नम् आध्यात्मकर्म चाकिलम्.
ये माम आश्रित्य जरा मरण मोक्षाय yatanti. Yatanti is strive. Ye yatanti, those who strive for mokshaya, those who strive for liberation. Liberation from what? Jara marana. That is, those who strive to get liberated from jara marana, old age and death. Mama ashritya, they take shelter and me. Te tat brahma kritsnam adhyatmam cha akilam karma viduhu. Viduhu is learn. So they know, they learn kritsnam, everything about Brahman. They learn everything about the ultimate truth, the absolute. Adhyatmam, they learn about the embodied beings, about the souls, about the Atma, the totality of all the jivas. And they also learn about Akilam Karmam, that is the entire field of the karmic action. So after worshipping the Supreme Lord Krishna, the devotees become blessed and they acquire all knowledge. Brahma tat viduhu, Brahmam tat viduhu. So they get knowledge of the Brahman that pervades all existence. They get knowledge of the Adhyatmam, that is the individual souls. Cha Akilam Karmam, they also know about the different kinds of the fruitive actions and their reactions. So they gain knowledge of all that needs to be known, and this satisfying knowledge gives them moksham, that is freedom from jara maranam, old age and death. Jara is old age, maranam is death. That is, once they have realized that the Atma is distinct from the physical body, they are not perturbed by jara maranam, that is old age and death.
साधिभूताधिदैवं मां साधियज्ञं च ये विदुः प्रयाणकालेऽपि च मां ते विदुर्युक्तचेतसः.
ये साधिभूताधिदैवं साधियज्ञं च विदुः. Viduhu is know. Ye viduhu, those who know me as sadhibhutadi. That is, those who know me as the Supreme Lord governing Adibhutam. Adibhutam is the principle of the field of matter. Sadi Deivam, that is Adi Deivam, that is the underlying foundation of Deivam, the celestial gods, and Adi Yajnam, one that sustains all the sacrifices. Prayanakale api yuktachetasaha te mam cha viduhu. Viduhu is they know. So these persons who know me as the integral essence of everything, that is Adibhutam, the principle of the field of matter, Adidaivam, the underlying foundation of celestial gods, and Adiyajnam, the one that sustains all sacrifices, these persons, Prayana Kaleapi, even at the time of death, these persons with Yukta Chetasaha, with steady mind absorbed in me, Te Mamcha Viduhu, they can know me even at the time of Prayana Kale, api, even at the time of death. So in the last sloka, that is the 30th sloka of chapter 7, Lord Krishna concludes by saying that he who truly knows me as the integral essence of all existence. So in the previous shlokas, the Lord spoke about the different classes of the worshippers of God. You have the arthartaha, that is those who desire Aishwarya or those seeking fortune. They need to know that Lord Krishna is a governing principle of Adibhutam. Adibhutam, that is all embodied beings. And Adidaivam, he is the presiding deity of the millions of demigods. And he is the Lord of all sacrificial performances. So all the classes of devotees must remember at the time of death, their mind must be steadfast, fully absorbed in the Lord. Lord Krishna's devotees don't fear death. These enlightened devotees who have all their lives focused their minds on Lord Krishna alone are able to remember him during the moment of death also, and they know him fully. So to summarize what we've covered in the last 7 shlokas of chapter 7, in shloka 24, Lord Krishna tells that the ignorant do not comprehend his exalted, immutable, transcendental state because they are deluded and veiled by his divine Maya. Further, the Lord, describing his divine qualities, states that he knows the past, present, and future of all the embodied beings. By performing virtuous deeds, Lord Krishna tells that some persons are able to get rid of their sins, and these evolved persons worship Lord Krishna with single-minded devotion, taking refuge in him, and they get liberated from old age and death. Lord Krishna concludes by saying that those who know him as the integral essence of all, that is, they know Lord Krishna as the governing principle of all beings, Adibhutam, the presiding deity of the millions of devatas, Adidaivam, and the Lord of all sacrifices, Adiyajnam. Such evolved beings remember him and know him at the time of death.